hi there, ho there, my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, September 2020. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons. Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions. The Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but your dad just calls me Mal. Hi, yes. And this full moon is the full moon I was born on 52 years ago. Can you believe this skin was born 52 years ago? Well, Lancome products and the tears of small children work wonders. What can I tell you? Hi. My subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for the likes and the comments and the, I see every comment. I just don't have as much time as I used to when I first started building the channel to reply to all of them, but they really delight me. So thank you so very much. And if you are new to the channel, please do consider doing the same. I've been reading cards since I'm 12 years old. Next summer, that'll be 40 years. That's insane. But that's how it is. I started reading cards when I was 12 years old on a trip to Key West, Florida. I picked up a deck. My mom didn't even go in the store. She didn't want to go in. She sent me in with the money. I came out with Rider-Waite Tarot and Eileen Connolly's Tarot Handbook for the New Apprentice. Yeah, beginner level stuff? Absolutely not. So let's rock and roll with this, shall we? This is a What Do I Need read. It is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because if this is, for instance, your Sagittarius Sun sign, then your moon sign might give you what you need on a whole different level about a whole different subject matter. That being said, a What Do I Need read, 8-card draw. I'll explain that in a minute. It's just asking the divine what it is that you need. Sort of like pulling a card for the day, but for a specific amount of time. In this case, the full moon in Pisces, the harvest moon on September 2nd, which is at 1:22 a.m. So if you want to get your full moon magic done, I would suggest doing it the night before, right? Which would be Tuesday night, I believe, the 1st, right? So this way you could kind of get that stuff done, maybe be done at midnight. But then we are looking at the 2-week period, the waning moon, new moon in Virgo, which is on the 17th of September, but is at 7:02 a.m. All of this is Eastern Standard Time. I live in New York. But it goes void, of course, at 7:42 a.m. So you literally have 40 minutes to do your new moon magic. If you can wait till 2:56 p.m. it goes into Libra, which is better than doing it void, of course, in my opinion, or getting up that early. Not worth it, right? So, it is an 8-card draw, which means there are going to be 8 cards that hit the table, 2 of which are healing systems. Really, the Healing Mantra deck and the Caroline Myss Archetype deck are not really divinatory in nature, but can be used that way. All the decks that I read are in the description box, but you'll see, because otherwise I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Oracle decks, but one of the decks I'm using, pulling 2 cards for. Hence an 8-card draw. Do the math so I don't have to. I think that's about it. Just focus on your breath. Stay in the present moment so you can really feel what resonates in your body as truth and what doesn't. And I will do my best to stay with my breath and bring you the guidance, grace, and clarity that have been, really this whole life has been about. Clarity, guidance, and grace. So let's do this. Ready? Take a nice deep breath, my Saggies. And here we go. It's a lot of exposition, a lot of explaining just to get to that first deep breath. But we're here, please. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, 1 card in clarity, a Caroline Myss Archetype deck for the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, September 2020. What is the dominant soul power, the dominant archetype that they most need? What do I need? Need to be aware of, need to alchemize from lead to gold. Maybe not completely over a 2-week period, but that they need to at least move it along a little bit. Alchemy. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold, so wane that lead into gold, right? Remove some of that lead, some of those atoms, to go from insulator to conductor, from shadow to light, from toxic to healthy. What's the dominant archetype in them, someone else they're dealing with, or in a situation? Now I know a Sagittarian, and I just had a conversation with this Sagittarian earlier today. We were talking about a past life as a what? As a nun. This, upside down nun. The monk nun archetype. Very, very interesting. Mal, if you're watching, I'm sure you are. Very, very interesting thing here to have in my hands, because I can relate to the monk archetype. Not so much the vow of celibacy or poverty or silence, but I can relate to that sort of devotion to God. So with any archetype, you have a shadow and a light, right? The alchemical part of it. The shadow attribute, negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety, which looks like this. Which usually you need a lot of money to do that, or a lot of excessive piety. Now, piety is not a fun word, but the grace of piety is about seeing the sacred in all things in a one-on-one relationship. So that's tricky. Excessive piety. Oh no, I just couldn't. I couldn't. Which, you know, the spiritual ego has grabbed a hold of our spiritual truths and used them. It's like, yeah, we don't flagellate ourselves or wear hair shirts anymore, but we do psychically to ourselves, right? It's that excessive. Oh no, I just couldn't. God forbid you. Yeah, God is God is unconditional love, and unless you pissed him off, how does that work? The light attribute, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, and that can be towards your family, that can be towards your path, that can be that single-minded, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, the spirit of something, if not to spirit, in and of itself. Very powerful divine family archetype. Very focused, right? Single-minded. So that's either you, somebody you're dealing with, a situation that you're in that inspires that, and maybe all of those are any combination. So let's go to the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue and find out what angel is walking with you, working with you this full moon to new moon next. Breathe. My angels, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the angel that they need to work with from this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, September 2020? Please, particularly with the monk nun archetype going on there. Nope. Just leave it in my hand, please. What is the angel they most need to call upon? Not by name, but by title. What is the angel they most need to call upon? This is the one. This is the one. Enchantment. What would the angel of enchantment do? Now, I've said it hundreds of times. Enchantment's not my favorite word. I'm a Virgo. Pisces like enchantment. Enchantment means things are not as they appear to be. Look, it's a unicorn. But look what's really there. It's a couple of tons of horse meat with a deadly weapon on its head, right? See what's there. Read Terry Pratchett, We Free Men. Start there and then read the rest of that series. But it can also mean that the divine is at work, that there are things going on in the hidden that cannot be seen. Things are not as they appear to be. Now, of course, Doreen Virtue at the time had a much more high spiritual vibration about that card, right? About, the fairies of the universe, the fairies of the universe. Well, the fairies of the universe also steal babies and replace them with changelings. So I'm like that with the fae. I have fae blood. I'm allowed. It's like family. But with that thing of enchantment, right? Like fae magic, right? You think it's gold until the sun rises. So that's why I'm a little with that. So call upon the angel of enchantment, one would think, to show you what's real. Right? Or at least if you're walking through an enchanted forest, that you don't get lured off the right path. The right path being the path of your soul and your destiny. Which apparently, even if we do wander off, that's part of our destiny too. But nonetheless, you take that for what it's worth. It's just that word enchantment. There are a couple of words that annoy me in the spiritual lexicon. That's one of them. Enchantment. I mean, some enchanted evening is lovely for a musical. Kismet, I believe. Memory serves. Kismet, fate, right? Destiny. Not the same thing. But for a monk nun, that an enchanted nun, I wonder if she flies. Keep breathing. Because we'll ask Archangel Michael what he thinks about this from the Blue Angel Oracle. This deck turns the party. All of a sudden, well, I mean, let's see how much of a party Archangel Michael can turn with an enchanted monk nun archetype. Breathe. I love you, Archangel Michael. He's big and he's strong and he has beautiful eyes and he's so good looking. I mean, I think this picture does him some sort of justice. I mean, usually he's so beautiful he strikes mere mortals blind, but thank God we're not mere mortals, are we? Archangel Michael, please, one card in clarity. I love you so much for this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. What do they need, right? From your point of view, the collective of all the pantheons is saying the monk nun archetype needs to be alchemized. And the angels are saying that they need to call upon the angel of enchantment there, perhaps to see what's real or to at least be aware that the universe is doing things that they are not aware of. I would think towards their benefit, but you could tell us better. What do they need this full moon to new moon next September 2020? Multi-dimensional healing, love and prayer, card number 5. Pretty. Is she got her boobies out too? This deck is very big on angelic boobies. Just saying. Just saying. Card number 5. No, I love Archangel Michael. To me, he isn't just the protector and the defender, as everybody calls him. You know, Saint Michael, the Archangel. I knew him before he was a saint. He was fun. It's like I knew the bride when she used to be my baby. I knew the bride when she used to rock and roll. But to me, he is the Archangel of Truth, right? Look at the iconic imagery of him with his foot on the neck of the devil, Lord of Lies, with the sword of truth. Multi-dimensional healing, love and prayer. Are you willing to let go of all the fear and worry that serves no useful purpose in your life? Sure. I mean, as opposed to like the fear of things that are going on planet Earth that I think are more an intuitive response of prepare yourself, change is coming, right? So 2 different kinds of fear there, right? This is, are you willing to let go of all the fear and worry that serves no useful purpose in your life, which does intend that there is some fear that does. I'm sorry, if a rattlesnake comes in the room, I'm allowed to be afraid and run for my life. If so, healing is available to you right now. Through the grace of love, the past, present, and future can be healed. Invite healing into your life through prayer. So that's what you need, is prayer. Not shocking for a monk, nun archetype. There is a sacred flame within you that can be activated by your command. Activate it now. The angels will help you if you believe and trust. Ugh, ain't that the rub? I gotta both believe and trust. I'm coming from a very human place with this, right? That is not the easiest thing to do in the times that we're in. This very moment, you are being filled with healing light. Accept and do not doubt it. If tears flow, then let them. For this too is part of your healing. And the affirmation mantra, whatever you want to call it, that which is most precious is inside you. So, a nod to the enchantment. The thing that you're looking for has always been within. Oh, thanks, Glinda. I have my issues with Glinda, the good witch. She wasn't that good. Really, a real witch would have said, honey, click and go 3 times. Bye. Got time. No Kansas chick dropping houses on people's family. Tell you, once you really get what witchcraft is about, you look at that a lot differently. It's just shoes. Let it go. Let's ask Kuan Yin what she thinks you need, shall we? This oracle makes me cry off camera. No one needs to see mascara run down my face. Of course I'm wearing mascara. I'm on YouTube. Breathe. I needed a second helping. Hello, Kuan Yin. I know, it's been a tricky morning. Please, one card in clarity for this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What do they need this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, September 2020, considering the collective is talking about the monk nun archetype in need of alchemization. The angels are saying they need to call upon the angel of enchantment. Archangel Michael is saying they need multidimensional healing through love and prayer with a flame that's already lit within them. So please, Kuan Yin, from your position of the divine feminine guidance, grace, love, and compassion, please, what does this Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs need this full moon to new moon next? And by the way, that is prayer. What I'm doing when I'm shuffling, I am asking, I am entreating. It's petitionary prayer. Drink from the Emerald Fountain, card number 7. We've had this before, I think, in the Twin Flame reads. Lovely. Totally about the heart chakra, totally about healing. Drink from the Emerald Fountain. Now I'm going to read you from the book just the opening stanza, which is a bit of a description, and then the prayer at the end. As you can see, there's a lot more written in here. So let's do this. Let's read this for real. The divine feminine is encouraging of, oh sorry, I need my, the print is teeny tiny, that's why I got my little magnifying, oh there we go. The divine feminine is encouraging of the awakening and empowerment of all living beings. Okay? When a sincere seeker is trying to find the way through, there is much help sent. It makes sense to be open to receive it. Indeed, to step forward and drink from the Emerald Fountain, which is the unconditionally loving heart chakra of Kuan Yin. Now, think of her heart chakra, usually like green, red, orange, yellow, green, the fourth color of the spectrum, the color of the heart chakra, the fourth chakra. Allow yourself to be nourished by the power and love of the Divine Mother flowing through you now. So there's something obviously about turning inward here, that the enchantment that you're looking for, the healing that you're looking for, all of that in a side of fries is going on inside of you, but to drink from the heart chakra, like text just having a life of its own today, to drink from the heart chakra of Kuan Yin. There is a mystery there unto itself, but I bet you got to go inside to your own in order to do it. That perhaps even the answers that you seek, you are a seeker, right? The first line, the divine feminine is encouraging of the awakening and empowerment of all living beings. So if you are a seeker of truth, right? If you, Archangel Michael saying multidimensional healing, what you're praying for, right? That love and that prayer. Enchantment, something's not completely apparent visible here, but then certainly this is about drinking true love, divine love, but not the true love of a one-on-one relationship with somebody else, the true love of the divine within yourself. Hence the prayer. Breathe. Divine Kuan Yin, beloved goddess that loves me unconditionally, you have my blessing and permission to assist me with divine energy that is for my highest good in all areas of my life now. I kneel at your sacred fountain of love, light, and divine assistance now. I drink from your heart, that which fills my soul. I gratefully receive your unconditionally loving help. Om Mani Padme Hum. So to be. Right? So this is emotional healing, but it's more than that. It's really drawing upon the unconditional love of the divine feminine to assist you on your journey, right? In your healing, your multidimensional healing. And remember, with this card of enchantment, you might not have any idea what's going on. Oh, they just gave me an image of an anesthesiologist putting like the thing on the person's face. It's sort of like that. It's like you're in this enchantment so that because you really don't need to be aware of the details on this. I get the feeling you're a Sag anyway, right? So you kind of want to get on with it. Then let this healing take place, though you may not have any idea what's going on, right? Because monks and nuns usually are mystics in that sense, that they are enduring the divine mystery. But that you are not without help here. Multidimensional healing and drink from the Emerald Fountain is a really nice solid foundation, these first 4 cards, where now we'll get a little bit more specific. Like, for example, with Chuck Spizzano Love Pack, this is the one deck that I'm pulling 2 cards from. The Suit of Problems, literally half the deck, and the other suit, Healing, Luck, and Grace, right? 3 different suits in there. So from the Voices of the Ascended Masters, we'll also do the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck after these 2, which will complete the Voices of the Ascended Masters, and we'll see what we get. Breathe. I hear you. Please, my Ascended Masters. Sorry about that silent there. Just chatting me. Please. My Ascended Masters, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. Please, one card in clarity. What is the problem going on here for this Sag in this new moon to full moon next September 2020? Push me, pull me. Now, of course, that indicates just on face value a relationship dynamic. I mean, a lot of the Love Spezzano, Chuck Spezzano love pack, the Love Spezzano Chuck pack. Sorry. Definitely not necessarily getting that push and pull in terms of another person. This does feel all very insular, meaning with inside yourself, in the world behind your eyes, in the castle of your soul. This might be that push me, pull me of I want to, but what I call gas brake. I mean, if you've ever had an automatic transmission from, I think, the 70s or the 80s, right? It would stall, and to keep it from stalling, you'd have to do gas brake, gas brake, gas brake. It's a very herky-jerky ride. Very much that. It's like, I very much want to heal, but I very much don't want to feel the pain. Well, that can very much be a push me, pull me here. I mean, Kuan Yin is saying, here, come, drink, drink. And there might be some fear and some hesitation, so much being called towards that, but at the same time, in other words, the push me, pull me coming from within yourself, less than about another person. Look, healing is hard. I'll be the first to say, I wish it was wave the magic wand and poof, the pain would be gone. That's not healing. That's medicating. Spiritual bypassing does that. Instead of really, you gotta love whatever arises, love that. Thank you, Matt Kahn. We'll get to his deck next. It's a great book. His work is wonderful. Whatever. Let's keep going. My Ascended Masters, what is the piece of luck, the piece of healing, or the piece of grace for this Sagittarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign to help solve or balance this problem of the push me and pull me? This full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, September 2020. Please, my Ascended Masters. Interesting. Enjoyment. One of the luck suit. Enjoyment. Now, just holding these two together, the idea, okay, so the push and pull. Is it possible that this healing might be joyful? Now, a joyful healing, right? Maybe you've never experienced it before, but I think that's part of the enchantment thing. What if you're being prepared for enjoyment with this push me, pull me? What if the push me, pull me isn't as toxic as it usually is, only because it's going on within you, where the thing that you want, the pull me, is being met with an intuitive response of, not yet. Right? I want that, but it's like, yeah, there are lots of things that I want to do, but during the time that we're in right now, I don't think it's the right time to do it. Like kissing a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's like, right? But is there a way to enjoy it? I feel like there's a way to enjoy this, but there's that piece of enchantment in it. Now, it depends on how you are with mystery. I am a mystic, and I can't stand mystery. Getting better with it. I'm almost 52 years old. Can I enjoy the ride? Can I enjoy the unfolding of the story? Or as my guides say to me all the time, Mark, just watch the movie. Just watch the movie of your life. What's going to happen? What happens next? What are the... Just watch the movie. It will all make sense. And eventually, it's true. It does. Particularly after you croak and you get to do life review. And then you get to see. It'd be so nice to know that down here. Until then, we have divination. As well as the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, which I adore. Again, not a divination system, not tarot, not an oracle, a healing tool, but one that I think serves at least my work really well. Take a nice deep breath. And the work that I do, right? My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity. For the Sagittarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, what is the healing mantra they most need? This full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo, September 2020. Considering the monk nun archetype is involved here, the angel of enchantment is involved here. Archangel Michael's talking about multidimensional healing, love, and prayer. Kuan Yin is urging them they need to drink from the emerald fountain, and the ascended masters you've given us, they need to address the problem of push me, pull me with the luck of enjoyment. So please, what's the perfect healing mantra that they need to go along with this full moon to new moon next September 2020? Liberating love. I allow myself to receive all of the fulfillment I'm willing to give. Think of that. I'm willing. Oh, sorry, I allow myself. Essentially the same thing. There's a difference though. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. Willing means choosing. So yeah, it's not just about karma there. I mean, I get that part of it perhaps, but the words liberating love here, it's really about, is your heart open or not in a particular moment? I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment, that I'm willing to give. When love is liberated, your heart remains open to all the gifts that life has to offer. As love is liberated from the emotional wounds of the human condition, it becomes easy to accept, forgive, and receive. When such actions seem exhausting, it is simply a sign that your heart doesn't feel safe enough to remain open. When this occurs, your will's freedom to embrace each tender corner of your consciousness will allow opening up to resume. When the heart has permission to open, your love is liberated, and you can shine a light into all levels of reality to awaken the truth of all. This mantra is ideal for learning how to believe in yourself, promoting self-realization, and integrating the shadow. I was going to say there's a nice touch of inner child work in there. See, because with a monk nun, there might be, right, that thing of excessive piety. It's like, well, no, I can't feel that. If I feel that, I won't get what's on my vision board, right? It's like, no. That's showing you a place in your heart that needs your love and attention and rest and breath, right? It's like, I love you. It's okay to feel that, right? Why are our emotions illegal on the spiritual path, the ones we are uncomfortable with, when that is part of the alchemy of transformation? There is no alchemy without lead, right? The ego is unraveling. The ego, yes, it's ruled by fear, but it's not the enemy. Matt Kahn says it great. It's the most dormant part of the soul. Isn't that fascinating? Because it's all one, right? Unity consciousness. Oh, except for the ego? How does that work? You can see we're going through a time of transformation here. So are you willing to receive all the fulfillment that you're willing to give? Right? There's a unity thing for you there. Great mantra. Last card down now. And I get this, a lot of healing here. It may not, well, hence drink from the emerald fountain from Kuan Yin. You don't have to do this on your own. You can really ask, and if tears flow, right? To bring you that enjoyment, that push me, pull me, kind of feels like that's all within yourself. Like you might be afraid of giving the fulfillment and not getting it back in return, right? So I'm willing to receive all the fulfillment. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. It feels like a good healing mantra. Breathe. As we use the Whispers of Love Oracle, for the voices of the higher selves of all involved. Please, the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimensional and above, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please. What is the piece of inspiration, information, and or insight that this Sagittarian Collective needs from this new moon in Pisces to full moon next in Virgo, September 2020? Please, that one? Do something for someone else, which I find is very interesting. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give, but I would link these two together. In other words, do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else, but with that understanding that you are willing to receive that. You know, I have to say, there's this thing with the divine feminine. I don't know if it's built this way or it's just what we had to go through for the past, I don't know, couple of millenniums, if not not millennials, millenniums, right? 1,000-year periods here, where the divine feminine's all about giving, and not receiving. When the yin, the divine feminine, is about the receiving. So there's something out of balance there, right? So do something for someone else. I don't feel like that's an issue for you, but I feel like there's something here, the push me, pull me then gives it a different context, doesn't it? You're willing to give, but are you willing to receive? Will you allow yourself to receive all the fulfillment you're willing to give? Because I bet as a Sagittarian, you do want to fulfill. You want to fulfill everybody's everything, but are you willing to receive that for yourself? Let me put it together. Oh boy, does this make sense with the monk nun archetype. See, that's why when they fit together perfectly. It's just those little degrees of interpretation. The collective is talking about the alchemization of the monk nun from excessive piety to single-minded devotion, right? I love this. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to the spirit or something, but understanding that there is an enchantment in place. The angel of enchantment can guide you through that because it does feel like the divine is working on you with what? Multi-dimensional healing, love, and prayer. And you need to drink from the heart of the divine feminine. I know it sounds a little vampiric, but not in a Kuan Yin sense, right? In a Kuan Yin sense, it's saying, here is the eternal love. Here is the very healing agent. Love is divine power. Carolyn Mace, Anatomy of the Spirit, MYSS. Really good book. Read about the heart chakra there. The sacred truth is love is divine power, but the problem is push me, pull me. I do feel like you have given, but when it comes to receiving, it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. What if God gets angry at me? It's like, well, what about the equal give and take of things, right? What about healthy, sane distribution of power, right? Because there is something enjoyable here. Like, that's the thing. It's like, can you enjoy in the giving? And some will say, I enjoy in giving. I receive the pleasure that I get from giving. Yeah, unless you really don't, right? Unless you're really like, when's it my turn? See, that's the balance between selfish and selfless. Selfless is lovely until you turn resentful, because your cup hath run dry. The idea is to fill the cup and then give of the overflow. Tricky, though. I'll be the first to say it. And that would make sense. Liberating love. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give while doing something for someone else, right? Give my attention to someone else. It does make sense for a 2-week period waning that you really allow yourself this sort of balance of fire and desire, the wanted things. But I mean, again, the monk nun might be somebody that you're dealing with. But if you are really on a very committed spiritual path, that does sound like it would be you. So let me give you a blessing. May the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon to new moon next September 2020, that they may liberate love, allowing themselves to receive all the fulfillment they're willing to give, alchemizing the monk nun archetype from lead to gold through enjoying themselves, doing something for someone else, healing the problem of push me, pull me with the enchantment of drinking from the emerald fountain, while multi-dimensional healing balances them out for this full moon to new moon next for their well-being and for the well-being of all concerned. So mote it be, and so it is. I like doing the prayer sort of at random with the cards. It's fun for me. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment, and by all means, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this full moon to new moon next, my darlings. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.